The man never expected that even as the strongest healer, one day he'd end up being despised. Just because Jack's healing magic was so powerful, he could restore his teammates' injuries instantly in every battle, to the point that the other injured teammates didn't even notice. Afterward, they even thought it was simply because they were too strong, so they kicked Jack out of the party. After leaving the team, Jack wandered into the streets, and ran into an elf on the verge of death. After a quick examination, Jack pulled out the only gold coin he had, and bought her, because in his eyes, the wounds looked severe, but weren't actually fatal. So before the elf could even react, he used magic to heal her. When the girl opened her eyes again, she thanked Jack as she looked at her fully healed wounds. After that, Jack brought her to a tavern, planning to find a way to earn money and survive. Right at that moment, a lizard man suffering from a gunshot wound walked in with a face twisted in pain. Jack immediately concluded it was a large area burn caused by a magic gun. Then he raised his hand and recited an incantation. In just a few seconds, the wound that should have required amputation to save his life healed instantly under the light of Jack's magic. After a brief moment of shock, the lizard man, grateful that Jack had saved him, pulled out every last bit of savings he had. With his first real payout in hand, Jack came up with the idea of opening a clinic. But because he was born in the slums, and had never received formal training, there was no way he could get a kingdom physician's license, so he decided to find some remote corner, and work as an illegal doctor. After wandering around at night, Jack stumbled upon an abandoned estate. He thought no one lived there, but the moment he stepped inside, a shadow attacked him, a phantom-like figure, an overwhelming pressure. There was no doubt this was the ruler of undead monsters, the necromancer king, Anna. Though she looked human on the outside, as long as she touched someone, she could easily steal their life away. But Jack wasn't panicked at all, because he already knew his healing magic dealt extraordinary damage to undead creatures. Anna refused to believe it and tried again, but the hundreds of undead she summoned were wiped out in an instant. Jack didn't press the attack when he saw that. He said he was only looking for a place to live. Seeing he had no ill intent, Anna agreed to let Jack stay there. The next day, just as Jack was about to open for business, he discovered the lizard man he treated yesterday had shown up at his door. The man begged Jack to treat his older sister, and said he was willing to pay a high price. After a quick look, Jack determined her arm had been hit by a magic gun with a poisonous effect, and the bullet fragment left inside would slowly corrode the surrounding muscle tissue. Treating it was simple. Cut off the arm and regenerate it. Sophia found it hard to believe, because she had never heard of anyone who could use magic to regrow severed limbs. As Jack began channeling his magic, her bones visibly grew at high speed. After reconnecting the nerves and rebuilding the arm, Sophia's missing limb grew back successfully. Sophia was stunned. She never imagined Jack's healing magic could be this powerful, so she immediately paid him 100 gold coins as his fee, and said that from now on, whenever members of her group were injured, they would come here for treatment. But that stirred up the werewolf leader's anger, because in the past few days of fighting, he had noticed the lizard man who should have been taken out with serious injuries kept mysteriously coming back the next day at full health. After learning Jack had been secretly healing them the whole time, Lucy, the werewolf leader, decided to get rid of Jack. But to her surprise, ordinary physical attacks couldn't hurt Jack at all. Lucy grew furious at the sight, and decided to smash up Jack's clinic first. The commotion quickly woke Anna. Just as she was about to use magic to teach the werewolves a lesson, Jack hurriedly stepped in and stopped her at the critical moment. That was the only reason the werewolves barely escaped with their lives. Seeing this, Lucy assumed Jack was Anna's master, so she immediately led her men to their knees. After all, werewolves were servants of the night folk, so they had an instinctive fear of higher race.